Hey guys, this is Rich from the Real Talks Tube. How's everyone doing out there? Well, sometimes, guys, this topic, today, what the topic is mental health. We're going to talk about mental health, guys. Sometimes, life has a way of taking us down and just, killing us in a way, or just really destroying like a lot of things, like even friends, at times, people that you trust can just really, really kind of disappoint you in a way, or sometimes you feel like, especially in relationships, that you're the one that makes, all the calls and talks to them and, just tries to find out how everyone's doing. But, they never, if you kind of think about it, they're never like in the picture. They never call you. They never, some way somehow talk to you, and it's one of those things that really, really can play a trick on people. So today, guys, this is a great topic that we would talk about. Um, Mental health. What is your mental health? How do you feel? Like what's new? What triggers you. Sometimes in life, we just we have a routine that we keep going through, and before you know it, it becomes a cycle, and it's just like a never ending cycle. It could be with anything: finances, relationships, school. You just feel like you're stuck. Has anybody ever felt that way, that you feel like you're stuck? Well, I'll tell you one thing. I know I have, and it's not a pretty. It doesn't feel good. It feels like you're pushing and pushing. To really, really make something happen, and it just it kills you. It really does. Uh, but guys, I tell you, mental health is a great conversation, and this is why I created the Real Talks to um, really speak to people and tell people, ask them how they feel, and even tell them how I feel, and also, at the same time, this is a great page for, uh, talking, hosting, interviews, and also making, like making videos of what's really real life. That's why I called it the Real Talks Tube, because it's about real life. Real life, real everything. That's my slogan: real life, real everything. And the truth, guys, is in any type of conversation that you would get into, anything that you really, really would take time to really, really comprehend, and just truly know what you're doing. It all comes down to one thing: being honest with yourself. What triggers you? What's messing your life up? Is it a relationship? Is it some type, yeah, friendship issue? School maybe too stressful? Family issues? Any type of financial problems? You really have to think about this. It's one of those things that sometimes in life we forget that we are humans. We all make mistakes, and I think we sometimes we emphasize on the mistake without actually realizing that, hey, we all make mistakes, and the thing is not to make that mistake again. That's why you get back up if you fall. That's why you've probably heard that saying before: if you fall, then you must get back up and continue. Well, I tell you, it's sometimes in life, there's a lot that can hit you. That's why I've heard it. Nothing's going to hit you harder than life. Mental health, guys, is a very serious conversation because, I'll tell you one thing. Um, you never know. Some people deal with depression, some people deal with anxiety, stress, everything. They're triggered very fast, and people feel hopeless. So I ask you guys, what the true feeling of this would be. Like, what's your true understanding? Like, what's next? Like, and how can you solve this? Like, is there a way to solve mental? Is there a way that you can custom yourself to this, how fast this life is, how fast we're moving right now? You got to think. Sometimes we don't even sleep. We're barely sleeping at times. So all you do now, if you really think about it, I mean, you have a cell phone on your, in your pocket. That's technically a computer, and all we do is just get back. We sometimes we keep that cell phone even when we go to sleep, and we keep it right on the side. And before you know it, when you wake up, you're going straight to the phone. You don't care if you have to go to the restroom. You don't care if you want to go outside. You go straight to the phone to check your messages, check who called you, and just really check. And you got the phone. You don't even have the phone too far. You literally have the phone close. It's like close up. And that's why, like, I tell you guys, like, what truly is there a way to, like, back away from things? And that's what I've decided to do. I sometimes back away and just kind of go like, man, this is like, it's moving too fast. So, it's one thing, it's really good to keep your mental health. And it's one of those things, guys, that I'll tell you, man, it's not easy. I'm still, sometimes I deal with it all the time. And I tell you, it's just, especially when you hear the news and all these crazy things happening. And it's like, man, that's why I don't, I'll tell you, if you're going through, like, if you have anxiety or anything like that, I wouldn't even watch the news. I'll let someone tell you worst case scenario if something was to happen. But I'm going to give you an example, guys. Mental health. What is mental health? And may I ask, I'll ask anybody that's watching this video, what is mental health? We talk about mental health, but we have to know what mental health is. It's very interesting, but we have to really know. So I would tell you mental health refers to a person's overall psychological well being. It encompasses a wide range of aspects related to a person's emotions, thoughts, and behaviors, including their ability to manage stress, maintain relationships, and engage in activities that bring meaning and purpose to their life. You got to think about meaning and purpose to your life. Good mental health allows individuals to lead fulfilling lives, make positive contributions to their communities, and enjoy satisfying relationships with others. Poor mental health can lead to feeling of sadness, anxiety, and stress, and can negatively impact a person's daily life and relationships. Very true, guys. You know, this is that's exactly what mental health means. And then, anxiety, how they really. So I tell you, I don't deal with like depression or any type of crazy, like, anything like sadness, and like it talked about. I deal with more of like anxiety. Sometimes, like, if you're like in an area with a lot of people, you kind of like, you go, whoa, you kind of just, your mind can play tricks on you and just go like, man, there's so many people, like, I really would like to just kind of be in a place with not that many, and just kind of like, just roam around and be cool, I guess. But I mean, once again, it's something that we would all, you know, talk about, and it's not good. That's why they say sometimes if you don't talk about it, that's why when you ask someone, hey, how's your day going? And they're like, good, good, good. Sometimes it's okay for someone to say, hey, man, I'm actually having a bad day. And then sometimes you could be like, hey, tell me about it. What's going on? And that actually helps people out right there. I'll tell you, I've done that before, and like, I've been on both spectrums of the table with that. And I've said, hey, I'm not having a good day, and then I've had people say the same thing, and then I'm like, hey, what's wrong? And then they'll tell you, and it's like, oh, okay, you could be like, oh man, I've actually dealt with that. Sometimes you deal with the same things someone else is dealing with, and you give people really good advice. So I tell you guys, like, that's the one thing with me, like, sometimes, like, I'll go to where will I go? To no, like, wow, one time, like, my anxiety was so bad I couldn't even go to a movie theater because it felt like I couldn't stop moving. And it felt like, man, if the movie was too intense, I would get like, whoa, not panic, but I'd just be like, I just got to roll out. And then the second time was traffic. Driving in traffic just killed me, man. Like anxiety would just trip me out. Like I'd be like, oh, I can't move. I gotta stay, even if I want to go to the restroom, even if I like want to, want to do something. It kind of kills the thoughts because then you start thinking about like, oh, when's this gonna go away? And then you know how long it's gonna take. Like realistically, people go like, "Oh, dude, traffic's like, we just go through traffic real quick," and that's not the way it works. It's just like, man, it's just a hassle, especially if you're far away from the house or like you have to go, like you have this task that you have to involve yourself and get into. Then you go, oh man, the traffic just kills you. Traffic, and I know about traffic. I'm in California, so you got to think about it. Anybody watching that's not in California, I get it. Maybe some other places have a lot of traffic as well, but I tell you, if you're in Los Angeles, man, traffic's so bad, people. Like I kid you not, you could be in traffic for hours. That's how bad it is. Like, and at times, like you want to go from like point A to point B, and it's like literally that's like five. It's a 5 mile ride that takes literally an hour and a half to get there. I'm not saying all the time, but like sometimes. So you got to really figure out what time you're going to be leaving that point A and get to that point B. And it just sucks because then you got to do the same thing once you leave that point B to get to the point A. So it's one of those things, guys, that I don't know. We just hold on. See the mic almost. I took the mic out. Yeah, but it's just one of those things, guys, that I feel like it just kills you, man, and it sucks. But what do you guys think? Like, is there anything that I'm missing about mental health? Do you guys feel sometimes like you guys go through a struggle or like anything like that? Because I know we all go through something. It could be anything, but I know some people have it worse than others, and it feels like, man, it sucks. You know what I mean? But like, how do you truly like feel about it? Like, is there anything that you think you can do better? Maybe we shouldn't be on the cell phones all the time, or maybe we shouldn't be watching too much crazy news, or like we should be, even a work situation, sometimes having an intense, work schedule or like intense work environment can really like tense people up and be like, oh my God, why am I actually here? And then you also think about like school could be the same thing. Like you have deadlines. You got to do your homework. If you don't do your homework, if you don't study for that test, I mean, if you don't study for that any test, I mean, you're not, when it's time to take the test, I mean, most likely you're not even going to pass the test. So it's a lot involved, and that plays a big factor in your mental health. So you have to think about that, like what really, really keeps people going and what's next. Like, I tell you, sometimes like I have to kind of go like, man, like if I'm stuck in routine, I hate it. Like I just go like, man, like I'm doing the same thing all over again, and every single week, like it's either like I'm chasing money, like I'm doing what I have to do, and I'm going after, I'm like going to the same stores. I'm looking for something to buy because I'm like, dude, like there's really not that much to do outside. And I'm like, okay, let's just go check this out. Let's go do that. Or then you scroll on your cell phone and look at Amazon and you try to buy products and all that. But I mean, when I should be like, maybe, take a stroll, go on a bike ride, instead of getting in that car, go take a walk, put your cell phone, don't even bring the cell phone, just put the cell phone upstairs, or like in your, somewhere in your house, and then before you know it, just you'll go from there. It's one of those things, guys. Like you don't always have to have your cell phone with you. That's the one thing I would tell you guys. It's not good for it's like, even me, like I know that at times it takes you, and it just pretty much just kills, it just kills everything, especially like when you're having a conversation with your friend, or like you go out to eat, and like everyone's sitting down on that table, and before you know it, people are actually not even looking at each other. They're just on their cell phone, doing whatever they want to do, and it just like kills everything, man. So I tell you, I think that's a big factor. And I would say mental health is that would kill a lot of things, I would think. But let me see. Anybody would say something. I think I'm getting some somewhat. Hello. Let me see. Hello. See if you can see this, guys. Stream. Okay, guys, I'm looking. I'm looking. Let me check. And shout out to everyone that's actually watching this right now. I gotta just checking to see who is. I've been having issues with putting it on Instagram. How can how can you deal with stress? Okay. Hey Marlene, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Shout out to you. Hope everyone's doing well. And then someone said, how can you deal with all stress? So dealing with stress, people, there's many different ways of dealing with stress. Taking walks. Meditating. Religious, going to church. Praying to God. Of course, I would say that would be a very good one, a number one. um, and then just sometimes like activity is a really big one. And then you also have to pinpoint the stress, Marlene. What's causing you the stress, and then back away from it if you can. Sometimes I know family could be a lot, or loved ones, any type of friendships, anything could be a lot. So sometimes you just have to back away and just kind of just do your own thing for a while. And then just know that sometimes it's okay to walk away and then just bounce back in. And sometimes we all have to do that. I know myself, I do that I do that all the time. And then because I realize, like, I have a hectic, busy sometimes work schedule that sometimes can just take a hold of me. And I'm like, man, the only thing I'm thinking about is like, man, did I do my job right? Did I do my job right? And it's like, no, you don't even have to do that. Just like, you did your job right. That's it. And then we move on to something else. It's the same thing with friendship. Like, oh, did I say something right? Did I say something wrong? And it's like, no, I did everything that I had to do. I said hello. I made sure everything was okay. And I had a great time. And then just, everything's cool. And then we move on, and then we see each other next time. And that's just the same thing I would tell you. But life, hold on, guys. I'm still getting used to this green screen. I got a actual screen in the back right here. So let's see if you see my hand. Kind of sometimes goes away. Let's see. Okay. So I'm gonna be fixing that soon. So it looks really, really nice. But what do you guys think, guys? Do you guys like this type of? It looks pretty cool in the back. I'm not gonna lie. Or do you guys like? Hold on. Let me go back to the camera. There we go, guys. Okay. Do you like this one, or do you like? Let's see that one. What do you guys think? I look more like I have a whole bunch of books in my house. A lot of books. Guys, read books. Reading books is very good for you. I should do this a lot more. I mess up all the time with this. I don't know. I used to pick up books and like try to read them, and now I'm like, oh man, it kills me. Like, I got to really get on the book. But see, guys, this is my other, like, and you can see it's disappearing, but then it just comes right back. But this is a good topic to talk about, guys. Mental health is a really big one. It's one of those things that you just never know. You really never know. And it's one thing that you just really, really sometimes just figure out, what's the next big thing. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Norma. Shout out to Norma. Hope you're doing well. God bless you. I know you are. Shout out to Juan too. If you watching this, shout out. So let me see what's going on Street Live Online. So I have connected, trying to see why I've been trying to put it on my TikTok, not my TikTok, my Instagram. And I don't know what it is ever since, like, I don't know what happened with my Instagram, but I used to be able to like put it on my Instagram, and it's just now it's not even going online. I gotta find out what is going. Sheinfeld for custom. Let's see what's going on here. Maybe it's just trying to get access. Never know. Sometimes some things just try to get access. I have to really figure this out. Let me see if it can connect. It won't connect. What? It's weird. Like it wants to connect I'm trying to connect to my Instagram, and for some reason it's not. It's not allowing me to. I'm like, wait, what? Did I do something wrong? And add security, add payments, account creator, subscription badges, branded content. Response. Mm, let me see what's going on here. Current balance. Branded monetization, security, notification. Have to see. I don't think it's connecting. Well, I have to figure this one out. This one's not. For some reason, it's not going to my Instagram. But we'll see what's up with that soon. Put this out right there. Boom. Go back to chat. But either way, guys, it's one thing that this has been a great conversation. Um, you never know in life. A lot of things, like I said, you know, are thrown at you. Could hit you with a curveball, and it just really can take you out for a while. So I just say this, guys, just keep your heads up, pray, say, God, thank you for this new day. Thank you, God, for everything. And God, take any type of anxiety, stress, depression, any illnesses away from me, that I know this is not from you. So as long as you just, pray and just have a good, way of thinking, I believe you'll be okay. But guys, once again, this is Rich from the Real Talks Tube, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.